Howdy folks, Dimitri here. Today is blog number 7. So for more information about private lessons and questions, please visit me at Dimitri4.com. Blog number 7, intervals, seconds, thirds, fourths. Objectives, understand the steps to find an interval. Number 2, recognize the different sizes of intervals. Number 3, recognize the different qualities of intervals. Number 4, use the circle to navigate and find intervals. Today, let's shift gears and look at intervals. Intervals, the distance between two notes measured from the lower to the higher. The simplest way to explain intervals is to use the natural note circle in your workbook. There are two parts to measuring intervals. First, we ask how many letters, size, and then we ask how many dots, quality, are between the two notes. Today, starting with the smallest interval, second, we will look at the distance between the natural notes. The natural notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Parts of the interval, size. To identify the interval's size, we ask how many letters are from the lower note to the higher. They are always measured clockwise from the lower one to the higher one. Including both letters in the count will give us the interval size, second, third, fourth, etc. Count the letters outside the natural note circle to find the size of the interval. Quality, number 2, quality. We must then recognize the quality of the interval. The quality can be somewhat complicated, and the natural note circle will make this much easier to visualize. To find the interval quality, count the number of dots, half steps between the two notes. Do not count the lower note's dot. The same note is the same dot. So what I'm saying there is that if you started on C, and you went to C, you've gone nowhere. That is 0. But if I started on C and wanted to go to D, I would count 0, 1, 2. So I would say the distance between C and D is 2 dots. All right. So the same note is the same dot. So the distance between C and the same C is 0. Second interval. Let's look at the distance from one note to the second. Count the lower note as 1. Moving clockwise, count the higher note as 2. We get C to D is 2, C is 1, D is 2, C to D is 2, D to E is 2, D is 1, E is 2. E to F is 2, E is 1, F is 2. F to G is a second, F is 1, G is a second. G to A is a second, G is 1, A is second. A to B is a second, A is 1, B is a second. And B to C is a second, B is 1, C is second. So all of those are second intervals. We call those steps. The quality of second intervals, the major second is 1 whole step, 2 dots. And a minor second is a half step, 1 dot. Working with the natural note circle starting on C, we can now explore the quality of each of the second intervals in the major scale. For example, C to D is a whole step. So here's C to D, 1, 2 dots. 2 dots is a whole step or a major second, okay? So I go up here, C to D is a major second. All right, 2 dots. D to E D to E is also a second, okay? So D to E is 2 dots, and 2 dots is a whole step, and a whole step is a major second. All those mean the same thing, okay? So now we look at E to F. We can see that E to F is 1 dot. So E to F is going to be different. So the other two were 2 dots, this one is 1 dot. We say that E to F is a half step, 1 dot, or a minor second. Okay? We go to F and G, 2 dots, a whole step. We go to G and A. You guys are getting the idea. 2 dots, whole step. Remember, a whole step is a major second interval. And they're second intervals because when we're counting the outside circle, 1, 2. So all of these are second intervals. C to D, 1, 2. 2 dots, major second. D to E, 1, 2. 2 dots, major second. E to F, 1, 2. 1 dot, minor second. F to G, 1, 2. 2 dots, major second. G to A, 1, 2. 2 dots, major second. Where are we at now? So we have A to B, 2 dots. You tell me, what is that? That is correct. 2 dots is a whole step, and a whole step is a major second. And then that leaves us B to C. And we can see that B to C is 1 dot. So here, this one again is different. B to C is a half step, 1 dot, or a minor second. And we use lowercase for minors and uppercase for majors. It's kind of a standard practice for performing musicians. Okay, so you're going to see in my blogs that oftentimes the word major is capitalized, even though it doesn't seem like it should be in the middle of the sentence. And that is because it's a practice that we use. Okay, so the capital M's are major seconds, 2 dots. The lowercase m's are minor seconds, 2 dots. All right, so there's your second intervals. We have 2 qualities, major second, 2 dots, and a minor second, 1 dot. Good job. If you have any questions, shoot me a text or fill out the form on my website, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, we're going to go to third intervals. Let's look at the distance from one note to the third, skip a note. So let's do this. We'll have another one of those. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to go in here. Make another one of those. I'll leave that one. Leave that like that. Okay, so here we go. Third intervals. We're going to use the same process we did for second intervals. We're going to count the letters on the outside and then count the dots. Okay, the letters are the size, the dots are the quality. Let's read in the blog. Third intervals, let's look at the distance from one note to the third, skip a note. and we call those skips. Seconds are called steps, and thirds are called skips. Count the lower note as 1. Moving clockwise, count the first note we skip as 2, and the higher note as 3. We get to C to E as a third. 1, 2, whoop, I did that wrong. 1, 2, 3. So C to E is a third. D to F is a third. D, 2, 3. D to F is a third. E to G is a third. 1, 2, 3. F to A is a third. 1, second, third. G to B is a third. First, second, third. A to C is a third. A, 2, 3. And B to D is a third. B, 2, 3. So when we're counting size, we're using the letters. We're not worried at all about the dots here. So you can see that even though C to E is a third, there's more than 3 dots there, okay? The quality of the third intervals. Major third intervals are 2 whole steps, 4 dots. Remember, whole step is 2 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. All right, so 2 whole steps. Here's 1 whole step, 2 whole steps, and that is a total of 4 dots. Remember, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a major third interval. A minor third interval is a whole step and a half step, 3 dots. So we can find a minor third here. Do this one a different color. So here's your minor third. Here's a half step and a whole step. Let me put those together. We get a minor third, 3 dots. 0, 1, 2, and 3. And hopefully you can stop there and get a screenshot of that, because I'm going to erase all that. So remember, a major third is 4 dots, and a minor third is 3 dots. So working with the circle, starting with C, we can now explore the quality of each of the third intervals in the major scale. For example, C to E is 2 whole steps major third. So we can see here that C to E is 2 whole steps, 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. We say that C to E is a major third. 4 dots. All right, so let's move on. D to F. D to F is 3 dots, and 3 dots is a minor third. So again, lowercase for minor. And you can see they're different. D to F is 3 dots, C to E is 4 dots. 4 dots major third, 3 dots minor third. All right, let's take a look at what's next. E to G. How many dots? 1, 2, 3. And 3 dots is, that's right, 3 dots is a minor third. So we have E to G is a minor third. So it's the same as D to F and different from C to E. C to E is 4 dots, D to F 3 dots, E to G 3 dots. Okay, let's move on to F. F to A, you can see it's a little bit farther on the circle, and you are right, that one is a major third. 4 dots. F to A, major third. Remember, a major third is 2 whole steps, 4 dots. Now let's look at G to B. And I think you get the idea. G to B is how many dots? 4 dots, that is correct. That makes that a, you are correct again, that makes that a major third. So you can see the C, the F, and the G third intervals are the same, whereas the D and the E third intervals are different. Okay, so we got a couple more left. Where are we at? We did G, we're on A. So back to blue. A to C. And we're always going clockwise from the lower note to the higher note. 1, 2, 3 dots. A to C is a minor third. Be sure to try these on your own. Okay. Then we have one left, and we are on. Let's see, we did green, blue. I guess we're gonna need a different color for this one. So we have here. Not much care for red, but let's use black. Okay, B to D. One, two, three. That's correct. Minor third. Whole step and a half step. Okay, it may seem a little scary, but I think that with a little practice, it will make a lot of sense. Thirds are super important because that's how we build our chords. Okay, you can see that C to E is 4 dots, 2 whole steps, major third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, D to F is a minor third. D is 0. 1, 2, 3. Okay. E to G is a minor third. 0, 1, 2, 3. F to A is a major third. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. G to B is a major third. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. A to C is a minor third. 0, 1, 2, 3. And B to D is a minor third. 0, 1, 2, 3. And you can see how well the circle works to do that, okay? And we can just look at the natural note circle and see that, okay, 1, 2, 3 is a third interval. 1, 2, 3, 4 dots is a major third, okay? So all we have to learn now is that a major third is 4 dots, minor third, 3 dots. So minor's smaller than major, closer, however you want to look at it. Okay, so I don't know how we're doing on time, but let's try one more. Okay, so there's 2 qualities for major thirds, in the major scale, major third and a minor third. Fourth intervals. Let's see here. It doesn't work real well for me, but that's okay. Okay. So, fourth intervals. Let's see what it says. Let's look at the distance from one note to the fourth. Skip 2 notes. Count the lower note as 1, moving clockwise. Count the first that we skip as 2, the second as 3, and the higher note as 4. We get G to F is a fourth. 1. Whoops, what did I say? C to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, on the size, we're just looking at the letters, and we're including both letters in the interval, okay? Not worried about the dots yet, we're just trying to find the size. We have to find the size first, then we can find the quality. Again, C to F, 1, 2, 3, 4. D to G, 1, 2, 3, 4. E to A, 1, 2, 3, 4. F to B, 1, 2, 3, 4. G to C, 1, 2, 3, 4. A to D, 1, 2, 3, 4. And B to E, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can see that anywhere we start on C and we go clockwise. This is your lower note. We count that letter as 1, and then we count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C to F is a perfect fourth interval. Okay, the quality of fourth intervals, the perfect fourth is 2 whole steps and a half step, 5 dots. An augmented fourth is 3 whole steps. So when talking about interval quality, the 4th, 5th, and octave intervals are perfect. However, the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th intervals could be better. They have major or minor qualities. In addition, all intervals can be augmented or diminished. Okay? And we're not going to get into that too much, but just remember that the 4ths and 5ths and octaves are perfect, and the rest of them could be a little bit better. They're major and minor. Okay, working with the circle, starting with C, we can now explore the quality of each of the 4th intervals in the major scale. For example, C to F is 2 whole steps and a half step, 5 dots. So let's see what's going on here. So we have C to F, remember 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. We say that C to F is a perfect fifth. So instead of uppercase or lowercase m's, we use a P, capital uppercase P. It kind of reminds us of, I'll tell you what, I want to do it this way. I'm not going to let me do that. Okay. So C to F, perfect fourth. We use an uppercase because it kind of reminds us of a major, but it's just a little better. It's perfect. Okay, and now we're looking at D to G. The great thing about fourth intervals is that a lot of them are the same. Here again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. So D to F, perfect fourth. And we can go through all of them. Let's see. I think I'm starting to see a pattern here. C to F. Oh, that is D to G, isn't it? Why didn't someone tell me? There we go. Let's move to E. E to A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. E to A, perfect fourth. Nice thing about perfect intervals is they seem to be pretty consistent all the way across the board, don't they? Let's try what's next. F. F to B. Okay, you can see that one's different. Look at that, goes straight across 6 dots. Okay, so watch out for F. F to B. Augmented fourth. Okay, and all augmented means is that we've added a half step to either a perfect interval or a major interval. Okay, in this case it was a perfect interval, but we added an extra dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can't miss it. Those are polar opposites. Okay, and you'll see those in my Demi-Music universe, you know, where these will be red dots, these polar opposites. Okay, they are super important to us. So F to B, G to C, and we can see here that we're back to our 5 dots. Perfect fourth. Next up, A to D, like Star Trek here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots, perfect fourth. This is great practice. You know, if you drop me a line there at my website, fill out the form, I'll get you going on one of these jam boards, which makes it all come to life. Not only that, I can see what you're doing and maybe even help you a little bit with it, if you'd like some help. Okay. So 25 years of teaching, tangible, so that you can actually sit down and look at what we're doing and it all makes sense. Okay. So again, B to E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. Perfect fourth. So everything's a perfect fourth here. C's a perfect fourth, D's a perfect fourth, E's a perfect fourth. The only one that's odd is this F to B, and those are polar opposites, 6 dots, augmented fourth. G's a perfect fourth, A's a perfect fourth, and B's a perfect fourth. Okay. Let's see, let's finish this up. There are 2 qualities of fourth intervals in the major scale: perfect fourth, P4, and augmented fourth, Aug4. An augmented interval extends a half step beyond a perfect or major. Let's do a quick review. First, count the letters clockwise from the lower note to the higher note. The number of letters will give you the size of the interval. So third interval, C to E, 1, 2, 3. Next, count the dots on the natural note circle. The number of dots will give you the quality of the interval. When counting the dots, remember to count the first dot as 0. So from C to E, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots, major third. Okay? Have fun with the second, third, and fourth intervals. I'm Dimitri. Please come visit me at my website, dimitri4.com. Fill out the form. Enjoy a couple of free Zoom classes. Practice with the Jamboard. You know, get copies of the blog series and some personal instruction. Okay. Next blog, number 8, we'll work on intervals 5, 6, 7th, and 8th. Okay. For more information about private lessons and questions, please visit me at dimitri4.com. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you very much. Have a good night.